know what I like? I like Montreal. The only place in the world where you can send it into the wall and still come out in one piece. Just a little bit. Welcome to the RacingSimRigs World Series here at Montreal, or Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Glad to have everybody out here, and glad to have you along the ride with us. Myself and Craig are back on the box. Craig, how are we?
Good evening, Rob. Not doing too bad. Apologies for my voice. Something happened last night. I don't know. Something about a football match. 55 years and all that jazz. But I'm here. We're here tonight. Montreal. It promises to be fun. One of those weird tracks because it's a very popular track, but it's also one of those tracks that people just, they don't like racing. Not sure what it is per se, but it is one of those weird tracks. Dan Muller is going to lead everybody off with Michael Gregorio beside him in the pros. It's going to be 75 minutes, of course, 2 mandatory pit stops. After what happened last week with Sean Campbell having a little bit of a moment, it showed the championship leader is a little bit human. What's going to happen tonight on Raidillon TV? The only corner you need. Pace car is going to be coming to the final chicane right now. Rob's going to take you away with it while we keep our eyes everywhere around the field.
And as they come up to the final corner, there they are, look. A few less pros today, but we'll start off with them as always. And that is Dan Muller leading them off. Well, I say he'd be leaving them off. He's leaving it until the very last moment to actually... And there is the green flag, but they don't go until they're in their starter marks. And off they go, Dan Muller. Absolutely gunning it straight away as he tries to get his march underway as best he can. Very nice clean turn 1, and that is, I think that was Michel Gregorio just dropping off to the back of the field, wanting a little bit of a quieter time of things. He's being a smart cookie. He's just, letting things happen. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake. Sorry, that's Jens de Rooij in P1? Correction, it's Jens de Rooij in the pits in P1. Where is he? Thank you, Adfo. Showing him in 16th, but he's part of the amateur field as they start to cross the line and start to make their way on 1 hour and 15 minutes, as he said, to mandatory pit stops. Coming into the first section. Very tight around here. Oh, as he blinks. Jens, keep it on the track. Keep it on track. Glad to say. I got to say, not too many issues from the Pro-Ams. We'll go back to them now.
Pro-Am's doing pretty well at the moment. Nothing happening too much.
And as soon as I say that, that's Thomas Dandridge, I think, at the BMW M4 GT3 having a little bit of a oopsie-daisy coming out of the second chicane. Almost striking the wall. Taylor Lane attempting to keep it in check as he comes up on the very long back straight up towards the wall of champions. Doing very well. First lap. I thought it would have been a very, very tough first lap. People having mistakes, hitting the wall, and it's once you make a mistake, it's like a domino effect. The guy behind you has to check up. I'm using NASCAR terms now. Checking up.
Wow.
Wow, I know. But
checking up is something that you can use everywhere, I guess. So Jens de Rooij continues to blink, by the way, but he's being helped by his VRT teammate Liam Ahern right behind him, so it's not too much of an issue. Liam Ahern, of course, in the McLaren. It's going to be interesting to see what the McLaren does. Actually, Liam Ahern decides not to overtake his teammate. Sean Campbell was mentioning earlier in the pro field in the McLaren, he feels like he's going to have an issue in trying to keep up in that McLaren. He is trying to harass Dan Muller at the moment at the front of the field. They come into, I believe, the 3rd chicane, and he gets a really good exit. And just look at that. That was just a great exit with traffic. And now he's got Matt Karuna right behind him. He's going to have to take the defensive line. Going to try and send it too wide, and Karuna doesn't. But he gets that over-under, and here we go. Down the casino straight. This is going to be interesting. The Lamborghini from Lux Sims 24 versus the McLaren of Neon. What is happening right now? They are matching speeds. Just Karuna very shortly, I think, would start pulling ahead of speed. He is now starting to. There isn't going to be any room here, of course. 75-minute race, 2 mandatory pit stops. let's just not get too excited there, because Karuna doing the obvious and safe thing of just relaxing, lifting, braking, saving fuel. Fuel is going to be crucial when it comes to those straights.
As you can see, the timings are pretty sort of par for the course. The pros are in green, the pro-ams are in blue, and the amateurs are in sort of a orangey yellow. And are all split by class, and of course Master class always has priority if they have to, you know, lap through or, you know, unlap themselves, etc., etc. The main thing I'm concerned about, again, because it is Montreal, is striking the wall. Have you ever struck the wall here?
I have not. I think Sven Matters may have just hit the wall himself, or did he just have a bad exit? No, he didn't. Just so you know, I've never hit the wall myself around here. I've seldom raced here, but I did race here in the IMSA series last season, and it is so weird because these curves do not look friendly on these chicanes. And then out of nowhere, you look at them and it's like, oh, you can take so much of the curve in a GT3 just because of height reasons. So it's fantastic to see how much curve you can take, even when you come up to this final chicane right now. It's just so fun to see what you can take. I was seeing Dan Muller going 2 wheels off. And in fact, Matt Carrera just went 2 wheels in the air there on the first part of the chicane. And I was just seeing it. They're throwing it in hard. As long as you don't lose the scrub of speed, you know, you're going to be fine there. But fantastic there. By the way, Karuna with a 135.527 and a 135.335 for Sean Campbell. So you can just see the pace there. That McLaren just having a better time around the chicanes here. And kind of is what you expect, even though the Lamborghini at the moment is currently one of the hot topics and hot picks when it comes to GT3 racing.
The hot topic. As they come into the first, this is the first set of 2 chicanes, leaps them around left to right, and then they go right to left. And we have seen how very harsh the cuts are, the slow down cuts here are. Basically, if you go too far wide on either of those 2, well, I'm going to use the term that the F1 tech guys use, the sticky uppy bits, otherwise known as due to me as sausage curves. They can ruin your race because they can strike the floor, but they can also ruin your race because if you go too far over them, got nice further black flag telling you to slow down, and it's like, what, 2-3 seconds.
It's not fun having a black flag around here. And thankfully, though, they have now got some laps in, so that idea of having, you know, a long slowdown is going to be removed depending on how much you cut that track. So going to be handy to them. I want to just have a quick look down the Pro-Ams because they haven't really talked a lot about them. We looked at the amateurs when we started the race, and the Pro-Ams, as per usual, there is that lovely gaggle at the back of the field. Well, it is the back, unfortunately. It's, again, a small field for the Pro-Ams, but Andy Miller, Callum Beeman, Andy Hitchkins, Chris Chatterton, just all bunched up together. 3 of them are Midland Sim Racing. Chris Chatterton is the Eclipse McLaren out there just trying to do what he can. I believe that is for 5th. Chatterton holds 5th at the moment in the Pro-Ams, and you can just see the train. Normally, the train would probably like spread out after a few laps, and we are on lap 5 right now, but no, it's nothing happening at the moment, and you can just see how close they are. And of course, the MSR guys aren't going to look at battling each other, but at the same time, they don't want to get held up if they lose out here. So if Hitchkins can get by Chatterton, I think they'll all fall like dominoes and just get right past Chatterton as fast as they can.
I think they'd have to, especially given the fact that, as we discussed before, that or well, as you said before, that Sean Campbell said that he would have a very hard time keeping positions. It's you know, we saw how powerful the beast was when they went to the Nordschleife. Just tore the field apart because of how speedy it was. But not here. It's top end speed is what matters. But that slipstream, ooh, that can get you into a doozy.
Not only that as well, but we're talking about wings as well. And a lot of the drivers, they were just experimenting with different wings. It always is tough to try and figure out, especially on a track like this, because you've got so many tight chicanes, and you want to get the grips so you can get a nice little acceleration out of the corners. You don't want to lose the downforce, and you don't want to lose the back end, but at the same time, you do have those long winding bits. Well, they're not long, but they're like mid-length straights to get to those chicanes. And then, of course, you've got the long casino straight on the back to get to the start-finish line. So it is a question of how much wing do you take. Is one click going to be too much? I think tenths or hundredths were being lost just by going a click. So that's also a factor here. It just comes into discussion as well. And the McLaren really does need a bit of wing, from what I remember, just because of the way it likes to slide. So Chatterton, you'd think, when we're talking about McLaren drivers, Chatterton may have an extra wing compared to Campbell, and so on. So it'll be interesting to see what happens overall when it comes to those straights.
10 minutes gone. Lap 6:48. 48 being tentative, depending on who you ask. That was Andy Hitchens almost tipping the back of Chatterton. Chatterton braking a little bit earlier. Andy Hitchens having to sort of correct himself. Almost a little oopsie there from him, but he corrected just in time. But that gap is opening up between Chatterton and Dandridge, and Hitchens sees that. He wants to make the move, at least somewhere, really. I just want to say, check Gregorio and poor Dan Muller. He's all the way at the... Dan Muller's fallen from first to fourth. He really is not having a good time right now, but the car that I'm most concerned about, Michel Gregorio, 4/10 of a lap down already and falling back a bit. Yeah,
that literally could just be a case of either he's got some damage, either he's got over wing. It could also just be a pace issue. We don't know, but he's holding on.
I can't see the damage.
It could be floor. You just never know. It's one of those things. If there is damage, it could be floor. Be curious to see what his speed is. He did have an invalid last lap, so suggested he may have cut a corner. As we were saying, you lose a second when it comes to those chicanes. I am curious to see what speed he is taking, because he's slower than Muller in the Ferrari. Yes, we know the Ferrari's got a little bit more speed. And if you get a good exit here, that's what I like about this hairpin, is you've got such a wide exit that you can just get him a throttle early without having the fear of, oh no, there's no runoff. So, pretty curious. By the way, Muller comes to the braking zone. I'm just getting an idea. I know it's a Ferrari 252. And it was 251 just for Gregorio. So, yeah, I don't think there's going to be an issue with wing there. It just might have been just, a couple bad sections with the...
that is Ethan Bass into the wall of champions, our first casualty. He's hit that quite a... Oh, no, he's hit that quite a big one.
And I think he's got steering. Has he got steering damage? It's hard to tell.
I mean, he hit that at a pretty big... he gave it a pretty big knock. I mean, he was side by side. Here we are with the replay. Side by side with Harry Wills. We'll just slow it down. So it comes through. He did have a little bit of a speck of scraping, or it's either painting, but yeah, a huge bounce, and it actually bounced a couple more times, and that is the wall ready to greet him. And Harry Wills having to take evasive action there, as you can see, having to tuck on the inside, and that was
Tom Dandridge.
Yeah, it was Tom Dandridge in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any massive damage at the moment for Bass, or any steering damage. That was a heavy hit, though. Really am surprised at that, but the wheel does look pretty much straight. Interesting to see, though, how that mistake has just opened up this now for Dandridge and Wills to take a move. Wills, I know, has been struggling with the McLaren. People have had some mixed responses to the changes from the seat with the McLaren. So it'll be curious to see what he does here. He does get a good run. But you probably won't see anything here, but he does feel he's looking very confident. He doesn't feel very confident at the moment. Look and feel are two different things. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. He just loses a little bit of time there on that chicane. Dandridge will look to try and pull away and cement that P2 at the moment. But yeah, Bass, after hitting that wall, I don't see any damage. All right, there's nose damage, but I'm not talking like aero damage. He's not losing time. Well, he should be losing time. He's got a broken wing, but he's not losing a lot of time. And
there's a lot of damage on that front right.
Yeah. What was his last lap time? It was a 1:36.871. So he's lost half a tenth compared to a couple of laps ago. So half a second. I apologize. So it's going to be a tough one, and you can just see that massive train of the rest of the Pro-Am field right behind him.
It's worth taking into account as well how much of the damage is being mitigated by slipstream.
That is true, and he is starting to lose that slipstream, isn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, just look how close Wills and Dandridge are, and you think sometimes maybe there is going to be a move between the two of them, but then you just get to the exit. But behind them, it's all pretty even at the moment. So while that's happening, let's dip into the amateurs quickly, because Genesee Roy lost the position to Lee Mahern. Lee Mahern took the lead. Eric Benson's now at the P2. And Genesee Roy is battling Benson right now for P2. The VRT BMW versus the Team Slow-Mo Ferrari, and the 5-gear Wonder blinks again as I start talking.
Oh, he had a massive blink. Holy moly.
Yeah. That was confined in there for a moment.
Simon Dodd is out.
No!
Damien Shave is also out, and Simon Dodd is out of the car. I can confirm there is an issue. Trouble.
Oh. It's like that, is it? That's a shame. Did not see what happened to Damien Shave. I think he might have had an issue in the Audi.
He's had damage for the longest time, but we actually just did catch it on our cameras. He hit the wall coming through the second chicane there. Went too far wide. I think he just couldn't get the car stopped. But yeah, it's Simon Dodd, unfortunately, out of the race.
It's a shame. And yeah, Damien Shave just pulled the car on one side. Pulled the car to one side, so I think he must have had some damage as well. So that is a shame. While we were watching that, Harry Wills finally got past Tom Dandridge to get that P2, as you can see in the timing tower, and they are battling at the moment down the Casino Straight. And dare I say, has he managed to make it? He managed to make it held. Dandridge unable to do anything, and he still has Ethan Bass behind him. That car, that Ford is just built tough, man. And I don't mean that from, the standard American slogan of the Ford. That thing really is built tough, because shouldn't be losing a lot of time. He just put a 36.369 in.
It's built different.
Wow. Built different. I thought it was built tough. Well. Shows what I know about American stuff.
Shows what I know about American stuff. Quote of the century.
Quote of the century. So Corona and Campbell continue their battle at the front of the field. But look at that, there's nice gaps. There's nice bunches up of battles everywhere at the moment, which is fantastic to see. And it is the nature of this track. And of course, you've got Wills and Dandridge there having their battles. And we'll go back and just see Muller, who's lost another position. He's lost 2 positions this lap. What's gone wrong with Muller?
I think. Remember when I said watch them cuts?
Oh yeah.
If I use my trusty cameras here, I do invariably think you had to serve a slowdown. Yeah, had to serve a slowdown. You had to let Taylor Lane by. And he is now down into 5th position at 6th overall because a Pro-Am is now separating the last 2 of the pros in the field. Then you come up to the front, it's just like, oh yeah, there's my crew now.
By the way, fastest lap was not set by either of these 2 drivers. They've been battling and just saving fuel so much that Neil Butler's just gone for it. And a 1:35.317 is the purple time. That's right. Neil Butler, you've got the fastest lap of the race so far, which of course will change when the fuel starts to dip down. But he's on his own at the moment, poor Neil. He's in a little bubble on his own. That Midland Sim Racing Audi is just there, and he's just hot lapping. You've got Gregorio getting pressured by Taylor Lane. You've got Dan Muller trying to catch back up, and you've got the leaders, Karuna and Campbell, just battling and just staying together, and then you've got Neil Butler on his own.
Well, Neil Butler's in the prime position to start taking back some distance.
Oh, whoa!
Did you just drop your cup of tea? You go.
No, I dropped my phone.
Oh, I was just like, it sounded like you're saying ooh ooh, like as in like you scalded yourself. Did I just Did I just hear somebody crack the glass on their phone live on air?
No, it wasn't the glass. It was very close to the ground anyway. No, Neil Butler's hit the wall after all that talking about him. He's hit the wall of champions.
Yeah, you can see the damage there. I think he pushed too hard. Remember, he does have 55 minutes to make a difference, so you can try to come back at it again, but he's already lost a quite good bit of time, gap-wise, because the 2 guys ahead of him are still going at it like absolute, well, fighter jets, really.
It's interesting to see what Butler can do. By the way, Taylor Lane gets by Gregorio now as well, so that's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what Butler does do. He does have a little bit of wing damage, and that is a shame just to see that. I think we cursed the man again on the TV. We're not on TV. We cursed the man again on
somebody's TV, technically speaking.
Yeah, somebody must be having Raidillon TV on their TV using a smart TV or you know, one of those devices.
Yeah, how many times can we say TV in one sentence, but it still makes sense, you know?
Yeah, Raidillon TV on a TV.
And we're watching the TV watching Raidillon TV on the TV. Or is that on the couch, looking at the TV, watching the TV, looking at Raidillon TV, broadcast the race on the TV, while they're also on the TV.
TV.
Yeah, TV. I think that's the word of the day right now, TV.
Well, Andrew Dawson comes into the pit, and I believe that is the first car, to go for a pit stop.
Are you saying the cars are autonomous vehicles? Have we got that technology yet?
No, we don't. But remember that April Fool's joke with iRacing Mobile?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So Dawson is going for the undercut. To be fair, with all that gaggle there, that's not a bad idea.
Well, he's also being released in a very tight spot. Look where he's being released, though.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's not good. He'll get around Leroy, which isn't bad. Yeah, he'll get past Jens unless Jens get a good run out the garage center, and he does not. But that will hold up Jens a little bit. But Dawson, he's got 2.5 seconds on Benson. Benson's not battling anybody at the moment, so.
Well, he needs to clean air though, because like he's granted, now he does have clean air. Somewhat out of him, but I would have much rather him seen taken ahead of Eric Benson. Have that, 8 second. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Why was he so slow? Why is the gap? Oh, that's a gap ahead of Rigas Lemique. Is poofed. He has
ground control to Rigas.
Ground control to Rigas. Where you at? He's skipping down on the. Oh, I think he's had an internet issue.
Oh no, that's a shame. Well, we'll come back to that if that's the case. Unfortunately, if that has happened, that is a shame.
Dan Muller
Never
again
liked it.
losing position. He's let Tom Dandridge by. I think he's not had... Like, there's not a speck wrong with that car. I mean, it's a Doritos car with our advertising on it, you know. I'm questioning the pairing, but, you know, nothing I can do. I think he is just letting the cars by because right now I think he's just stuck. I think he's just stuck trying to do laps, and he's just letting them by at the most convenient place. Best he can, really. The best he can do. But what I'm trying to figure out once, because he was doing very well, he was going very fast, but then he just suddenly lost pace.
It's very confusing. I must be honest, it is confusing. I don't know what's happened to him. Not seeing any issues, but I mean, look at that Gago in front. What's that? That's Ethan Bass, who's now getting swallowed up by Chatterton and the train. Chatterton, Hitchkin, Beeman, Miller. And it looks really scary at the moment if you're the person in front, which unfortunately that belongs to Ethan Bass. And that wing damage and that nose damage is starting to be an issue for him. As he crosses the line this time, it's a 1:36.762. And he is matching. Everybody behind him is matching him because they've got to follow him and there's nowhere to go right now. Wouldn't surprise me if Ethan does try and get some of that damage fixed, but with a broken wing, he's going to be in trouble.
Imagine if it just pops out as well.
Wings never pop out, and that's the sad thing about it. Mind you, there is hope because Neil Butler continues to put in time faster than the leaders with that bent wing. So there is hope. But then again, Butler hit the back of the car against the wall. Ethan just went completely into the wall. I don't even know how there's any car left.
Oh yeah, he smacked the wall pretty hard.
So, yeah, there's a difference between that car of Neil Butler and the car of Ethan Bass. So,
oh, we'll get to see them, you know. We'll get to see how they do.
I am curious to see how they do. Yeah, definitely curious to see how they do. As Butler, like I said, he continues to turn the screw because while the leaders are doing 36 flats and 35 nines, Butler just throws in a 35.771. So he's now only 7.8 seconds behind Sean Campbell. So if these two continue to battle or just do their fuel saving, yeah, Butler could just cause a little bit of a shock here.
Though that also depends on a lot of things as well. If they continue to battle and even because like the gap right now, look at it, the gap's barely a tenth of a second even, and Matt Karuna is he could literally hug Sean Campbell now. Ooh. Sean Campbell having to take in a very defensive line and having to rejoin it very, very late coming into the second chicane. And Matt Karuna on the outside coming into the hairpin trying to battle. It's a losing battle, this one, but he might also try getting the launch out. If he doesn't, you have to use the slipstream now. Try and gather his way back up towards an attack mode. But he's not. I don't think he had. Oh, he's trying. No. He thought about it, then he rejoined the racing line. Give it another lap. Stick behind him. The best launch out of the hairpin as you can, then you probably have him there, Matt.
Well, also they have got pit stops soon. I'm guessing really. Oof, God, they get close again. I'm guessing it's going to be another lap or two before we see them come into the pit stop. But it's clear that Karuna can go all the way. And I don't think there'll be opposite strategies. I think these two will just go together. Gregorio comes into the pits. Even Bass comes into the pits. So that just gives you an idea. Bass, I think he finally got caught up by the rest of the field. I think, yeah, he had to let the that gaggle by. So he's now losing positions, and I think that's a lot of pro-ams also coming in. Yeah, Beeman, Miller, I apologize, they did not Beeman, Miller, Hitchkins all come in at the same time. In fact, the bottom of the Pro-Ams are in the pits right now. Leaders of the Pro-Ams, the top three. No, they're just chilling comfortably right now out there, and they'll probably come in this lap, I would expect.
Yeah, you can just see Eric Benson. He's stuck out, but it's all shuffling right now as the Pro-Ams and a couple of the amateurs take it to the pits this time around, getting their first pit stop out of the way. Probably about on par or bang on time for the pit stop. And the pros themselves, sorry, not the pros themselves, just Sean Campbell pulls in, getting the undercut potential. Does he see the gap in the traffic that we do not? Does he have the big brain strategy? I can't believe I used that. The big brain strat, does it work? Does it work? Like, you just see the amount of flame it's spitting out as well. It's very nice.
Well,
I genuinely thought
this is going to be interesting because Karuna.
Sorry, I was about to say, I genuinely thought he had a drive-through penalty because he was getting up to the very end, and I was like, oh no, find your pit box, mate.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, no, Karuna has to put in a hot lap now. He has to pull in the in lap that he needs. Campbell's still in the box. He's getting a lot of fuel at the moment. 50 seconds is what my timer is saying. He will come out of the box. 52.4 from cone to cone. Butler took less time according to my stopwatch, so maybe I need to reevaluate my stopwatch. But Karuna is coming down to the hairpin.
Your stopwatch is very correct. You don't need to reevaluate it.
Okay, it's a 52.4. Fantastic. And they were neck and neck. So let's see what Karuna does. And the key thing here is it's all about that entry into the pit lane. The best speed you can take, and that's why Rob was worried about, drive-through penalties or anything. I'm always focusing on the entry in. Pit lane speed is 64 kilometers an hour. Brakes. Karuna goes under.
Karuna really slammed on the brakes there to try and get it stopped. He does make it though.
Yeah, he went down to, the 50s from what I saw. So he must have been about 58. Manages to get it. He just sees some of the amateurs also taking their pit stops as well. But he's in the box now. And of course, he's got one of the front boxes. I think it's just behind Sean Campbell. He's in. He's finally in his bay. Campbell's 20 seconds away. Now, does he do less fuel? Does he completely top off? We know that he just saves some fuel. Butler's, by the way, right behind Campbell now. The gap there's only a couple seconds. You can see what Butler's trying to do. He's trying to jump them off here. 45 seconds in the pits. 47 seconds. Off goes Karuna. He's out early. 50.2. 2 seconds. And with that, he's going to take the lead with that pit stop. And all he has to do is just stay behind Campbell. And that's what's done it. Look at that.
Oh, hang on a minute.
2.7.
Stay behind Campbell.
No, get ahead of Campbell, sorry. But he stayed behind Campbell to save fuel.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he wouldn't have saved 3 seconds of fuel. Almost 3 seconds of fuel.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see now what happens to Campbell, though, because, if he's true in this McLaren not being the fastest today, it's going to be interesting to see, can he catch up to Karuna? That's a lot of time, though, to lose. 3 seconds. Was that because of Karuna having, a super fast lap? It's one of those things. Well, yeah, he had a faster lap than Campbell, because when they both crossed the line as they were in the pit box, Karuna was a 146.5 and Campbell was a 146.8. That's only 3 tenths, though. Where are those other 3 seconds coming from?
I guarantee you it's probably because Campbell fueled up to the brim. I just took the punishment now, as in, like, because you can either have level tanks, which means you have sort of moderate pit stops either on either end, or you take a short one now in the hopes that you can use it to effect in the middle of the race, or you wait until the end to take a short one and try and use some last minute tactics.
Yeah, no, it shows with their outlaps. It shows with their outlaps, by the way. Campbell's outlap was a 207.490 and it's a 205.1. 2:05.130 for Karuna. So yeah, those 2 seconds. There you go. It is just a case of fueling, and that might help Campbell. Let's go back to the oval things here, Robin. You know, you take more fuel to help the car feel better and not slide around, and that still works when it comes to the weight of having fuel in these cars, especially with the McLaren. So yeah, that could just be a case, just taking more fuel just to feel a little bit more stable, and Karuna will probably taking less fuel just because he likes the way it feels. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come to their final stop. Karuna almost hit the wall, but breathe, and let's get back to other battles that are brewing elsewhere.
I love how you were just like, I need to breathe.
Yeah, I'm still nursing my throat from last night.
Oh yeah, because apparently the it's coming home. Apparently,
it came home. You know, we played all our games at Wembley. Let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you still haven't won it. You still haven't won the finals yet.
Sorry. Where did you come out? Where did you come in the tournament?
We didn't qualify.
That to me, that just sounds. I don't know. I don't even mean it. That just sounds like a pretentious England fan. Oh, the home nations are attacking us. Sorry, are you in it, Joe's to England? Oh no, you're not. We're the last ones. Yeah, it just sounds like a typical English fan. Wow.
See, I was supporting Scotland, then they flipped over. You know.
Tough group for them, to be fair. Tough group.
Fair enough.
They're always going to be in the group with England. But anyway, let's get back to some motor racing, because it's not just the pros on show today. The pro-ams are showing their worth, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm looking at I'm actually having the cameras trained on that group, because it's a three-way battle now for the lead. Well, not directly a three-way battle, but it is there. Andrew Dawson, having taken the short stop now strategy and then the oof stop later, where he has to actually fuel up the car a lot more. He's done that now. He's put himself and parked himself right in the middle of Taylor Lane and Harry Wills. Harry Wills will get the slipstream, but he'll have to battle a car. And Taylor Lane has the benefit of, if he can keep just ahead of Andrew Dawson and force Andrew Dawson to look behind him, he can start pulling away from Harry Wills and secure a P1.
Yeah, needs to do that. Of course, mirror watching around here is hard. I mean, one of the things as well is, you know, you just got to be careful, because you're braking for a corner like the hairpin, and you just look in that mirror. And of course, you know, the Audi, it doesn't have one of these electronic mirrors. It's got an old school mirror on it. And you just see this car, you know, this car gets closer and closer. In some respect, the Audi is better, because it doesn't have one of those digital mirrors that everyone has nowadays, where it's just a camera. Because with those things, the car just gets closer and closer at the back, and you're trying to focus, and you just see an object appear closer than they do in real life, and you start to worry. But Dawson trying to make a move into Virage there, but Virage Center is not going to help him. Does he get a good run out here? He does not at the moment. Throwing a green lap there, 35.815, which was good time, as Taylor Lane did not have a good lap there, and he's really punishing him right now. And Taylor knows that if he just has any mistakes, that Dawson's going to be right there again. And the next couple of chicanes aren't really chicanes that you can be looking to make a move on. But you just got to keep it clean now, and hopefully get out the third chicane, very well, and then hope you don't have to defend into the hairpin. But he is losing time. The gap there now, 0.4 of a second. The gap between Dawson and Wills is 0.8 of a second. So that's not going to be having anything yet. Wills is just playing back and just waiting for the right opportunity. He just wants those two to just race each other and just see if they take each other out, I think.
He's got the stick going. Come on, do some battles. Come on.
Do something.
Yeah, do something.
Oh, but by the way, remember Neil Butler hit the wall? Neil Butler hit the wall again.
Oh no, don't tell me.
And it wasn't. It was the third chicane. The car kicked out. He tried to save it, and what a hit! Wow.
Oh, that's a lot of front end damage.
Yeah. I wonder if he does have any steering damage. Doesn't look it. But that car cannot be happy. He's still throwing in. Well, he's throwing in 37s now. That just shows how much damage there is. he has a 13-second lead over P4 in the pros, which is Michael Gregorio. That's more than 14 seconds of repairs. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, yeah, he's definitely carrying about a minute's worth of damage on that car. It's mostly cosmetic,
but the wing is the biggest issue.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But while that's happening, he's going to get swallowed up in a minute by the Pro-Am battle, Lane, Dawson, and Wills. And that could just throw a spanner in the works here. We know what lap traffic can do. Well, technically, with the speeds Neil Butler's doing at the moment, he's going to be classed as lap traffic. I mean, I don't know how fast he's going down these straights now, but it's not going to be as fast as that fiercely forward Audi of Taylor Lane comes down to the hairpin. And he has got Andrew Dawson right behind him, but he just cannot get a run. You know, he's seen Taylor make mistakes, but he cannot get a run here. And I don't know about you, but I've always found it hard when you come to like a hairpin or something. It's hard to be the guy chasing because you don't know if you're right on the bumper. You don't know where they are and where they're going to accelerate. So I always find that I'm losing time on the exit of such a corner, an apex corner like a hairpin, because you just struggle to see where they are.
I'm noticing, by the way, that Andrew Dawson is actually taking a lot tighter of a line. He's going very tight. He's not trying to hit the wall, and that is Taylor Lane having a very bad first corner. Going wide, coming up towards the garage Senate. Corrected it just about, but I think he's feeling the pressure.
Oh, I want to say these tyres are cooked, but they're not. Remember, it's a 26 Celsius track temp. That's a 79 Fahrenheit compared to the heat wave up in Canada at the moment. This is nothing. This is a nice cool day at Montreal. So shouldn't be cooking the tyres here. They've only done 45 minutes around here. So I think it is just a case of just making a couple of mistakes, pushing the car a little bit too hard. But as I was saying, here comes Butler, and I think this has come at the right time for Lane because he's got a little bit of help. He can use a car to slipstream at the moment and just keep away from Dawson and not allow Dawson to go by. And I'll be curious really to see how easily Taylor gets past Neil. In fact, Neil may just concede. The gap before the straight was 0.6 of a second. I think Butler may just pull over to the right and just he's going to. And look at all that space. Lane uses every bit of slipstream he can. And then Butler just gets in front of Harry Wills. Well, I don't know why I'm chuckling at that. That's not fair. Just gets in front of Harry like, nope, let me just do the corner. You can have your battle in a minute.
Wait, what?
I don't know why I found it a bit, chuckling. Butler's got to make a corner sometime. Damage or no damage, he can't just park the car and let everyone go by. So he has to get back into racing at some point. But he's just trying to keep his P3 alive while everybody else just struggling. I mean, Gregorio and Muller is in a battle themselves, P4 and P5 at the moment, but they're right at the back of the Pro-Am field almost.
Does the RTS have a guess when the pit stops will happen? I'm guessing in the next 6 minutes we will see pit stops. I'm looking at Sean Campbell in turn 3 because he's caught back up to Matt Corona. When I say caught back up to Matt Corona, he's literally now on the. He's literally took a half a second out of him.
Look at the times though. Ever since he came out the pits, 35.4, 35.5, 35.4, 35.3, 35.278, which was purple, 35.466, and 35.449. Really good, consistent laps, and to be fair, I mean, Corona's been doing the same. But they're mid to high 35s, the 35.5, 35.5, 35.8, 35.460, 35.6, and a 35.9. Just those temps have just caught up. And what was what, 3 second, 2.5 second, 3 second lead after the pit stops. Just like that, just those small bits that Campbell chip away, and he's right back again. Now the question is, does he stay on the back of Karuna and save fuel, or is he just going to go for it? I'm not sure. He is the fighting type of man. I think he may go for it.
Put him up. Put him up.
Round 2.
Round 2.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding.
Though I do want to see round 2 of this. We got Dean Timms, Albin Schellberg, and Daniel Gilding. Simon Dodd, by the way, he actually came out. He was in the pits for 12 minutes.
Heavy damn. By the way, Gilding just having to take a different line there, holding up Kilberg. A bit of a shame there for Kilberg, but this battle here is really nice. You've got Gilding for Nomad, you've got Kilberg in the all-white BMW, and you've got the Eclipse BMW of Dean Timms, and they continue. And they might be the back of the lead pack, you know, back the last guys on the lead lap, but they are having a very competitive battle here for P4, 5, and 6 in the amateurs, just holding their own, really. 37.9 for Gilding, a 38.1 for Kilberg, and a 37.6 for Dean Timms. So Dean really had the pace at the moment, but now he's in this traffic. Isn't that easy? He'll try and get past Kilberg for sure. And in fact, you can see he's trying to look at this at the hairpin, but some great positioning from Kilberg there. Right, that's a great defensing there. But both guys in front, Gilding and Kilberg, have taken some interesting lines at the hairpin. Nobody's able to capitalize from it though. Nobody.
It's the fight in the midfield for amateur, and it's the fight for the bragging rights to be able to say, haha, I am the greatest BMW. Just forget anybody else is in the field.
Don't get the Lambo in front of, you know, Gilding's a Lambo driver, but yeah, sure.
More so is trying to, you know, put it between Dean Timms and Kelberg, you know. And
now then.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. Then. Taylor Lane has lost the lead at the Pro-Ams to Andrew Dawson while we're looking at that, with Dawson making a move that started around the outside of Viraj Senna, in the outside of the chicane. They went too wide into the first chicane. Oh, Taylor Lane tapped the wall, and Harry Wills went by at one stage on the exit of the chicane. They were 3 wide. And Wills and Lane battled side by side for a while, and finally Wills had to yield. But those 3 have just gone hell-bent for leather, and because of that battling between Lane and Wills, Dawson's just gone, yeah, I'll see you later. You guys can do whatever you want. So Dawson has the lead of the Pro-Ams right now, and Lane is struggling right now. That exit of Viraj Senna was not good. It almost looked like he was unable to put the throttle down. There can't be tire issues, surely.
Well, you also have to remember that Dawson needs as much of a gap as possible, because he's on a very tight fuel strategy, and he's going to have to come into the pits at some stage. And really, he only put 15 seconds of fuel worth of fuel in it, so he'd probably be at fumes right now, given the current situation. I'd say he'd be a lap or 2 before he comes in.
Yeah, he came in what? He came in lap 13. He came in 5 laps earlier than Campbell, 6 laps earlier than Karuna. Remember, Karuna went that extra lap, so really gonna be curious what happens there. But yeah, Dawson having to play that fast game. His pit time was a 44.8 compared to Lane, a 51.6, compared to Wills, a 50.2. So 5-6 seconds. He's only got 2 at the moment. So he also has to fuel longer if he's under fueled as well. So that's going to be tight there. He may keep a top 3. But really, he's gunning to try and stay as close as he can. But the positive side for him at the moment is Lane and Wills are having some sort of a battle, even though Taylor's trying to pull away at the moment. They are having a battle, so it'll be one worth to keep an eye out for. So our battles to keeping an eye out for at the moment, of course, lead battle in the pros, lead battles in the pro-ams. There is a battle in the amateurs brewing at the moment. Liam Ahern, you know, he had this lead for a while, but Eric Benson is starting to crawl in. Other battles also around, but that's great to see both. Oh, sorry, not both. We got 3 classes there. Great to see 3 classes all having the lead battle still going on at this stage of the race.
Well, I mean, it was inseparable. Matt Caruna and Sean Campbell have just been, like, for most of the season, they've just been at each other trying to. Oh, and I say that. Nope, there's a little bit of a blip. I think Sean Campbell got the car upset just a little bit. But you know, Sean Campbell and Matt Caruna have been going at it constantly for the entire season, at least so far. Andrew Dawson is a bit of a wild card because he took a very shallow pit stop. But I mean, he's been yeeting that car. He just put. I think he might just be having a purple. No, just off the mark for a purple. But he was 0.7 of a second faster than Taylor Lane was. And then, you know, we have the battle between Wills and Taylor Lane, who I'm still thinking the two of these are essentially fighting for the lead, unless Andrew Dawson can continue to do an exemplary job of running away with it and pull out enough of a gap to make up the loss that they have in the pits.
He almost did.
Yeah.
He almost did, because Dean Timms, his teammate, granted different class, but they're still Eclipse drivers. Dean Timms came out the pits right in front of Dawson, and I thought, hey, brilliant. Stay there. Stay there. Give him some slipstream. Do you know what he did? He pulled to one side. I mean, I would have liked the slipstream, but giving your teammate clean air to help him pull ahead, that's just as good. Probably even better. You know, so for Dawson, that's a great move. The lead now is coming up to 4 seconds while Lane and Wills continue to have their battle. You know, I'm just looking at it. He could do this. He could do this, and he's coming in now. He's coming in right now. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what he does. He comes in, perfect braking, perfect timing. How much does he need? It's going to be a 52-second stop at the minimum, I think. He cannot have a 50. If he has a 50-second stop, he does not have enough fuel for the end of the race. This is going to be a 52-second stop, I reckon.
Well, that's a 52-second stop in total, not just like
cone to cone. Sorry, cone to cone.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Sorry. I go right. Your stopwatch is in the box. I do cone to cone. I'm like the old-fashioned pit lane.
19 seconds.
Do you know what? It's going to be under 50. It's going to be 50. It's going to be 48.6. He hasn't saved that much fuel, surely. Unless they take less fuel.
Remember that he had a pit stop that was 15 seconds before, so it's 4 extra seconds. So he's put more fuel in it, but I don't know what nut he's cracked, but he's got a fighting chance. But let's see. It's
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see. That's a fun battle to look at. Like I said, the battles in all 3 of the leads classes. Sorry, you know what I'm trying to say. All 3 classes have battles for the lead. As Chris Chatterton is coming in this time in the Pro-Ams. He's only battling Ethan Bass and Callum Beeman as well, as they're still having their battles. Just great battles all the way around on such a track that, you know, you wouldn't think you'd see it.
Taylor Lane, I think he just struck the wall of champions.
Yeah, he tapped it. I think he tapped it. Oh no, that's not a tap. That was a hit, and he's side by side with Harry Wills, and Harry's going to make this move. Taylor finally loses it. Finally, Wills gets ahead and back into P2. I don't think there's a lot of damage on that car, though. He hit the wall, but I think he's going to get away with it, though, and that's a relief. But Needs to keep up with Wills right now. If he doesn't keep up with Wills, Dandridge is going to reel him in. And that will not be good. Remember, we've got to keep our eyes where Andrew Dawson is. Because three laps early, 6 lap early, isn't it? Something around those lines. 3 to 5 laps early. What can he do with that undercut if Taylor and Harry Wills are still battling?
Well, it also depends on if it's an undercut even. It depends on a multitude of things. It depends on, first of all, it needs to depend on the fact that if they put in similar or more fuel, then it is an undercut. But if they put in less fuel because they took the pit stop already, then, you know, it's probably not going to work out, I think.
See, if I know that he pitted early, I pit now. Because you know that he's had to fill up more because he pitted early. And you know that if he can go to the end now, you can go to the end now. So while, yes, if I'm Taylor right now or Harry, yes, we're having a battle. But I know the guy that's in the lead of the class took an undercut because he had to, because he took an early pit stop first time round. I pit. And that's what I do right now. Is Taylor Lane, is that another slowdown? I think it is. Another slowdown for Taylor Lane.
It's all falling apart for him. Oh no, did I jinx him again? Oh no.
I think that's from the wall of chat. I think that's from the final chicane. I think he cut it from the final chicane. I just want to have a quick look. I don't know where he's got that slowdown, but he definitely slowed down. And he's slowing down again. What's going on with Taylor Lane right now?
Did he miss? Oh, somebody's hit the wall.
I have no idea what's happening with Taylor Lane right now, but he is struggling. I don't know what this is, but it's interesting to see. It might be short on fuel. He might be short on fuel.
Ooh, no, please don't. If he comes in now, then I know he's going to be short.
Does Wills come in though? That's going to be the next question. Does Wills come in? By the way, the lead of the pro battle, you're missing nothing, as you can see on that timing tower. Wills does not come in, so there's no way Taylor Lane is short on fuel. We'll wait and see. Bass, Beeman, both come in.
Coming into the pits.
Taylor comes in now, yeah. Maybe me saying I pit now, maybe that was the right call, but in he comes. By the way, Neil Butler pitted. He pitted a few laps ago, I think, just to, you know, see what the damage is, but he may lose his P3. I'm just watching this battle because you've got Callum Beeman and Ethan Bass having a little bit of a battle in the pits right now. They're equal, and Beeman goes out first. Does Ethan go? No. So Beeman's going to get ahead of Ethan, and they have to position change. And right as they come out, that is Eric Mentor, the amateurs. So that gives you an idea. Andrew Dawson has 7 seconds over them. So when does Harry pit? Now? Got to be now.
Taylor Lane is still in his box. Something's gone wrong.
Do you think he has got damp? No, he's taken tyres. He took tyres.
He's not in the vehicle, is he?
I think he is.
No, he's not. He's not in the vehicle.
Oh. Oh no.
Also, I love how these seats, by the way. Do you see something wrong?
Why are they blue?
I don't think that's the thing I'm trying to refer to. I think you should refer to the fact that
yeah, that's some good size. Wow, yeah. Never noticed that.
Yeah, they're hugging the drivers very tight.
I wouldn't fit in one of those, I know that for sure. Annie Hitchkins is the next Pro-Am to come in. God, did you have to do the Sean Campbell? That's just looks so.
I just want to remind everybody that helmet existed.
Oh man, right. I reckon the pros are coming in right now. Karuna and Campbell are coming in. Now remember Karuna? No.
You might want to change your theory there, Chief.
Theory changed.
Campbell, I will say this. Campbell is hugging the slipstream. Like when I say hugging the slipstream, he really is hugging the slipstream. Like he is laser focused on the slipstream. He is the slipstream. The slipstream and him are close buddies.
Be one with the slipstream right now is what you're saying.
Yeah, essentially
that's Wills and Dandridge. Wills and Dandridge, surely. This lap, yeah, there it is. Wills comes in. What about Dandridge? He comes in. Oh, Wills left that late. Did he get it? Ooh, that was close. I think he just got it. Will, again, keep eyes on this. This is the pit stop that could decide the Pro-Ams. Where's Andrew Dawson? He's just started down the back straight. Do you know, I reckon this may have paid off for him. And Taylor Lane's left a server. That's a packet loss by the looks of it. In Dawson, final corner, comes around the start-finish line. Where's Harry Wills? Still in the box. Dawson's done it. Here comes Dawson. Wills out of the box right now. It's going to be close. Gonna be close. Dawson will come around the virage center. Wills is going to be coming up full speed. It's going to be side by side. Side by side, but Wills can't go yet. And Dawson holds on to it by half a second. Just under half a second. Game on. And Dandridge right behind. Game on for the last 15 minutes in the Pro-Ams. And the pros both come in at the same time.
Now we're going to see yet another pit stop battle. Who between Matt Karuna and Sean DeCampbell can do it? Can either of them pip each other's post, or will both of them have issues? Ooh, there goes Campbell. There he goes into his box. And let's see who blinks first.
One of those that I have to go to pit lane 1, to the pit lane camera, just to keep my eyes on this battle. Who gets the win?
Matt Karuna, he forgot to take off his tires. No.
Oh, wow. He took a tire, didn't he? That's a huge issue for Karuna. And he slid because he's got cold tire. He's got one tire. Oh, no. Karuna has got a cold tire and 3 hot ones. That is going to be a shopping cart right now. And he has to take it very easy. But that mistake has just handed Campbell the victory, maybe.
Oh, no. I'd say he definitely has the victory now, Campbell. Like, I mean, it's very difficult. Like, he's got 13 minutes to recover 16 seconds. He can't. Not when you have one tire that's good and the other 3 are, like, screaming to be replaced, essentially.
Yeah, he needs to get heat in that. He needs to get heat in that one tire. And you can see he was trying to push hard in that. It also goes to question which tire was changed. Because to me, that suggests it was a red. It was a red. No, not a red tire, a front tire. That's what it suggests to me.
With the way that he slid, it's going to be a rear right tire, I guarantee you.
Okay, it's rear. I can never remember which goes first, so... Yeah, that is a shame. So, just want to give an update on the amateurs. Not a lot happening, but there is a nice little battle for P3 in the amateurs. Daniel Gilding and Svenny Mattis are battling. I think Mattis started the race pole, or near enough. Got a little bit of damage to the back of that BMW, but is able to the battle here. This is the battle for P3, Gilding and Mattis in the amateurs. The rest of the battle, Ahern and Benson, very close. Well, they're only 2 seconds. Not as close as Gilding and Mattis. So that battle's going on. We've got the battle in the lead of the Pro-Ams going on. There's also battles down the rest of the field in the Pro-Ams. Dawson's pulled out another second, by the way, and he's 2 seconds ahead of Harry Wills. Wow, that's some great driving from Dawson.
He quick.
Wills makes a mistake. This could be Dandridge taking it. No, Dandridge will gain time on Wills, though. But yeah, Dawson has put in one hell of a performance here. And Bass having a battle with Chatterton. And that three-car gaggle, by the way, Bass, Chatterton, Miller, they're still going. After all this time, they're still going. And I've just noticed, Rob, what the possible lap counter is. Because if they stick to this pace, 46.06, we're talking seconds. We're talking, will the last lap be the last lap? It's going to be that tight.
I'm just doing the math. I guarantee you one of these drivers has not fueled enough.
I reckon I know who it is.
And who do you think?
Campbell.
No. No, he had a very long first pit stop.
You reckon Karuna's short?
No,
Are we not talking about them?
No, I'm not speculating who, but I'm just thinking in general probably one of them is the least.
I mean, I'm also looking at the pro-ams. Surely one of them's got to be short because of the time some of them spent in the pits. It's quite interesting to see. They spent a short amount of time, some of them. So we'll keep eyes on that. I think the pro-ams are going to be battling here. By the way, Andrew Miller getting a run on Ethan Bass. Somehow Ethan Bass, with that broken Ford, is still battling. He had the lead, and granted, he's now 7th, I think, in the pro-ams.
He is indeed.
Still
yeah.
a hell of a performance, though, with a car that, it hit the wall so hard. I think he felt a tremor on the Richter scale, if you know what I mean. But he is losing time. He's had to serve a slowdown, and that puts him right in the vicinity of Andy Hitchkins. So, unfortunately, that might be the end for Ethan Bass there, and he might just be going down the order again. But the battle for P2 in the Pro-Ams just continues to heat up between Dandridge and Wills.
Yeah, I'm so surprised at that. Big old landmass Ford GT is still... Oh, that is a very late lunge from Hitchkins. He had a very bad entry into the hairpin as well, and just a very bad exit as well, so he'll have to resume behind and try again. But he's at least getting battles done. That's the main thing.
Good defense for a guy that has a bent wing, smashed front. What else has happened to that car? I don't even know how that car did not have steering damage, because it took a heavy hit into the wall, like corner first. So that surprises me. Dean Timms in the pit. I think he's had a moment as well. That does surprise me. Oh, you were saying how, Karuna could probably do it. 16.7 is the gap. I don't think he can do it. He's not been catching Campbell at all at the moment.
Hang on a minute. I said he couldn't.
I thought you said he could.
No. What are you, mad?
My lawyer says I don't have to answer that question. Oh, the way Karuna's driving, yeah, I think he's just accepted a P2 from that mistake. It's a shame, but we've all done it. So, you can't point and laugh at the man. We've all been there. We've all blown a race because we've not unticked the tires. So that's the way it goes. And Tom Dandridge, I was just watching. I know we got our cameras set on Ethan Bass right now. Tom Dandridge almost went for a late move on Harry Wills, and that's the P2 in the Pro-Ams. And it looks like Dandridge may go for a move again while we're watching this going on. And just keep my eyes there. Yes, side by side, Wills and Dandridge, as you're watching Ethan Bass. Yeah, the dampener on my V3 shaded off at the pedal mount. Oh, no. Taylor, no. Oh, I'm sorry, Taylor.
Where?
That is... The dampeners on his Fanatec pedals fell off. Like they sheared off. They broke.
Where did he put that?
In YouTube chat. That is not the way you want a race to end.
No, not at all. Especially the hardware failure, like catastrophic hardware failure in this case.
Even Bass still defending against Annie Hitchkins. Just some great battling, by the way. Like,
well, look at this then, because that is Tom Dandridge taking it to the max. Ooh, that is a cheeky setup on the inside there. The over-under there from Harry Wills trying to defend himself. But Tom Dandridge is coming back as they come up the back end of the circuit.
He made that move around the hairpin, around the outside of the hairpin. A great move from Dandridge there. Really enjoying what he's done there. He's been really quick. He's been looking like he was to the last lap, looking like he wanted to strike on Wills, and he has done it. Not enough time. There's, 6 minutes, about 4 laps to go. Don't think there's going to be enough time to catch Dawson, but he is putting in some good times right now. I'd say good times. He lost a second and a half battling Wills. But he's got that pace. Has he got enough pace to catch up to Dawson? Don't think so. And again, who has enough fuel? I don't know. Do you?
Nope.
With your RGS?
Nope. Well, we're a guessing system. Of course we don't.
No. Good point. Good point. Yeah, Taylor, one thing after another, it's a shame. Nordschleife, you had Nordschleife with the stuttering issues, and, you know, today with the break, it's not been Taylor's season. Just by the way, a shout out to TrackCam22 once again for providing these great cameras, because look at the look at the sights and scenes we're getting as we're watching this battle. It's just fantastic to see. And to give you an idea, that gap is half a second. That gap is half a second between those front two guys, and then behind it's over a second, about 1.3 seconds. Doesn't look it, does it? Does not look it in the screen. But as they start lap 43, something weird's been happening, Rob, because normally at this stage of the race, the lap counter guess goes down. Because Campbell's not had to battle, the lap counter's gone up. It's 46.1. We are getting 47 laps. Who's got the fuel? That is a crucial question, because this race is going to go a lot further now because of Campbell. Right, so still got those battles for P2 in the Pro-Ams. The Pro battle has kind of filtered out. The amateur lead battle, though, still going. Lee Mahern, Eric Benson, VRT versus Slow-Mo. It continues to battle a 36.6 versus a 36.9 the last lap. They got Dan Muller watching behind them. I think he's got a great view of this battle right here. Benson really trying to catch up, and he has been putting in the laps he's needed to recently. They're mid 36s, doing great work, while Ahern is putting in the high 36s. Good work here from Benson to try and catch up. Is it going to be enough time, though, is the question. There's 2:54 left in the race. They haven't been lapped yet, so technically they will do the full 47 laps if it goes 47. So he does have that time, but the clock does not look good for him right now.
Yeah, the clock is not on his side whatsoever, especially given the fact that now all you can see is just a sheer megalomania of just, oh no, we have to go an extra lap, don't we?
Joe, I'm starting to think everyone realizes that. You know, Harry Wills has just lost another position. Callum Beamont. I'm starting to think maybe he's having to fuel save, and maybe he's realized. So just looking around, you can see those drivers that are going, yeah, maybe I need to. And that was a conservative line from Liam Ahern going through the final chicane. You can see Benson really throwing it in. Again, a 36.7 for Benson, a 36.8 for Ahern. He is closing down, and you can see mistakes are now kicking it in for Liam Ahern. And again, we talk about mirror watching. He does not have a virtual mirror. He does not have a digital mirror in that McLaren, but he has a virtual mirror for sure. And if he is paying attention to that, that may be costing Liam at the moment. We'll wait to see. That's the worst thing you want to see. You've got a couple of laps left, and you're still in a battle for the lead. And the guy behind you is really good on exit on these chicanes, and it's going to be tough for Liam. But, I've just realized, if Campbell's behind them, and he's 13 seconds behind, they may only have one more lap. The lap times are 36s. So Campbell would have to get there. Where is he? He hasn't even hit the hairpin yet. I think oh God, that is gonna be touch and go. We may see white flag here. In fact, no, we are gonna see white flag here. So yeah, this is 47 laps for sure. 25 seconds, and he's halfway up the straight. What is the time gonna be? 20 seconds now as he comes under 19 seconds, 18 seconds, breaks down 15 seconds. He can't slow down. He's got to see the white flag. 10 seconds. That is the gaps here. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. 3 seconds between what would have been the end of the race and the end, and another lap. 3 seconds. That is what Campbell's just done.
Well, no, we can safely say it's white flag.
Oh, yeah, it is white flag. Yeah, we've still got battles everywhere at the moment. Some of these cars still are battling and not seeing the white flag yet. Harry Wills losing some time, but Dandridge and Beeman will continue to battle. The BMW, the VRT BMW, and the Midland Sim Racing Audi battling for what I believe is definitely P2 in the race. I think Andrew Dawson has started to slow down as well. I say that, he just threw in a 35.9, so what do I know? Dawson really throwing it in. So the last lap, all to play for in a couple places right now. I don't even know where to look.
Well, look at Sean Campbell.
I would, but the amateurs are going side by side, breaking in for the final hairpin. They're still side by side, Rob. They're still side by side, and Ahern does get through. Oh, man. They were almost going too wide there.
Yeah, but they also have another lap to do.
Yeah, but I don't think they realized they had another lap. You could just see that Benson was going to go for it there, and he may have rolled the dice too early.
And just as we see, that is Sean Campbell taking the win in Pro. And down the road is this man, Matt Caruna. Unfortunately, took a tire that he never meant to take, and the car slid around, thus sealing his fate as P2. And it's deeply unfortunate for him that it did happen.
No, Svenning Mattis, he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel.
Oh no.
He's going to lose that, and Andrew Dawson's going to be coming across the line. He's going to be taking the lead. He's got two slow cars out of fuel to try and navigate to get to the finish line. He gets by them. He'll take the lead of the Pro-Am. Dandridge does get it, and I think Beeman may have had a mistake at the hairpin there. Oh, yes, he did. He locked up. He tried it. He just did not anticipate the late braking from Dandridge. So that's the top three in the Pro-Am. So we're just waiting on that battle for the amateurs now.
Yeah, as they come down toward the dotted sign. I'm actually so surprised that it is the dotted sign. It is going to be Liam Ahern taking the flag in pole position And in P1 for amateurs, because that was Eric Benson hitting the wall, I think. Yeah, it was.
He'll keep his P2 though. Great drive from both of them. Daniel Gilding will be the car that will finish P3. I believe he went a lap down anyway, so he's already got that P3 sealed up. So that should be it. Sveni Matters just saying he was too greedy on the fuel. I think he was the only driver to have fuel issues. And that just goes to show that maybe these guys did anticipate 47 laps. That's a great prediction by some of those drivers to think that. Great work by them. I thought we were going to have a bit of a fuel battle there, but you can see the results right now. Scrolling down, only 2 pros in the top, well, really in the top 10 overall with Campbell and Karuna and the rest there. Great battle by Dawson. Great work in the pits to take that win. Danridge Beeman also going through. Harry Wills having a couple issues there as well. So just going down the order as well. And you can just see those 2 pros, Butler, Muller, both of them just not having the best of time. Butler hitting the wall, but still get that P3 in the pros. I mean, that's the important one for him. And then you just see the amateurs, Lee Mahern, Eric Benson, working great there. Daniel Gilding as well. Daniel Gilding was the first of the cars, a lap down, 14 cars finish on the lead lap out of 26. Which isn't bad really when you think a 47 lap race, so half the field only being lapped. That's pretty good going in terms of good pace overall by everybody.
Just to say, Damien Shave, he actually pulled the car in on his own accord. He just said not fast enough, essentially, to put it to a T. He just wants more track time, as he seems to be the only by himself there on the track. And as we saw at Taylor Lane, it never really ceased to amaze me how bad he has this, because it's just like he's not even doing anything wrong. It's just like, oh, you thought you were gonna have a nice, interesting race? Ha.
Well, he actually put photos down of what his dampener looks like right now, and oh yeah, it's completely sheared off, like totally sheared. That is, yeah, that is.
Oh, that is.
Not
Oh,
nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sheared off.
That's a shame to see. That is not one to see. So, and let's be brutally honest, it's not like he's in like a play seat or anything. He's in a rig, and that's the amount of force and braking force he's been putting on, and that is such a shame to see. How many times have we seen hardware failure? I've never seen a brake hardware failure like that before, though. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, does go to Sean Campbell, 1:35.069. I know what some people are going to be saying when they hear those numbers, but whatever. Andrew Dawson, I believe, does take the fastest lap of the Pro-Ams. Just quote me on that. No, don't quote me on that. I do believe that is true. Amateur, that will take a little bit longer to work out, but I think just looking at it, only one time stands out. No, it's Ryan Hamilton, I think, may get it. No, Svenning Mateus, Daniel Gilding. I'm just listing names now, but no, I think Daniel Gilding will settle on Daniel Gilding with the fastest lap for the amateurs.
Well, that's the hope. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just looking, and I'm just looking down, and I'm just going by. Can I find anybody else with faster laps? And it's like, no. It's like higher or lower. Anything lower than a 35? Lower than a 35? No. You'll get nothing for a pair. Nothing in this game. But this game, unfortunately, Rob's over for the night.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So if you liked what you saw, consider following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Consider liking and subscribing. Share this content with your friends. I very much appreciate it. And we are back next Wednesday for round 8 at, I can't remember where it's at.
No, I can't remember. I know Bathurst is coming up. I believe Bathurst is the week after. Top of my head, I can't work it out. Actually, no, I can work this out, actually. I can tell you right now, it is. We have, next week is Bathurst. Get ready. Get ready, mate. You got the hill. Put a shrimp on the barbie.
That's going to be epic.
It's going to be epic. Once again, shout out to TrackCams22.com providing us with these fantastic camera angles of this beautiful street circuit. Yes, I call it street circuit. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. From myself and Rob, thank you once again for watching us. He's done all the shilling. I don't need to say anything else. I think it's time to go. My name has been, once again, Craig King.
And I have been Robert O'Brien.
And this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.